Good evening, everybody, and happy holidays from Hope Alive 845 to you and your families. Tonight, it's going to be a little interesting evening tonight. We have Latoya Jackson, whose husband went missing, and 18 days later, the car was found burnt. She's going to be on tonight. We also have Ryan Weber with his voice tonight to speak out. We also have the mayor from Newburgh, Mr. Torrance Harvey, tonight. It's a great pleasure to have him on tonight. So we look forward to talking to all of them tonight. Next week, we have a 2-hour special next week. A look back of Hope Alive, April 5 in the year, with the missing, the events we had, the people who we met. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some artists that are going to be performing some Christmas music. We have Deanna. She's going to be here next week. We have Tamika going to be here next week. We have Ryan Weber is going to be here next week. And plus others that's going to join us next week for a great holiday special 2-hour. That is Thursday the 23rd at 8 p.m. So make sure you tune in with us. So we're going to get over to our updates. Still missing. Chelsea Cobo, who went missing on 5/7/2016 in Brooklyn, New York. She has not been found yet. Shonda Stansberry, who went missing on 12/9/2006 from the Carolinas. She has not been found yet. Don Juan Casanova Jackson. He went missing on 12/10/2018, and he has not been found yet. Out in it's getting larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. Ivano Colon, who went missing on 5/7/2021 from Islip, New York, he has not been found yet. Rosalind Rodriguez, who went missing on 11/17/2021 in the Bronx, she has not been found yet. Stephen Kraft, who went missing on 4/28/2020 in Newburgh, New York, his car was found on 1st Street, he has not been found yet. Shamia Duncan, who went missing on 8/2/2021 in New York City, last seen at Port Authority, has not been found yet. Shanice Harris, 5/29/2017 from Rock Hill, New York, she has not been found yet. Rochelle Hammond, 8/15/2019 from Colorado, she has not been found yet. We are working on this one very tight. Omar St. Hill, who went missing on 5/7/2020 from Hempstead, New York, he has not been found yet. Marvin Gibbs, who went missing on 3/29/1984 from Fallsburg, New York, has not been found yet. Cassandra Ramirez, who went missing in 9/2018 from the Bronx, she has not been found yet. Joseph Help, who went missing on 1/16/1987 from Ellenville, New York, has not been found yet. Elena De La Cruz went missing on July 10th, 2021 in the Bronx. She has not been found yet. Brianna Vipper, she went missing on July 15th, 2017 from Flint, Michigan, has not been found yet. Aaliyah Boomer, who went missing on 8/15/2015 from Brooklyn, New York, has not been found yet. Let's go to our breaking news. Jason Angelo from Portland, Oregon, has been found safely since he went missing back in April of 2021. He has been found. The sister confirmed it. We're very happy for his safety. Today was a hard day for Hope Alive 845 and the families. Daniel Mayfield, who went missing November 30th from Liberty, has been found deceased. It's heartbreaking. It's a young man. I was talking to the girlfriend today, the family today, It's just heartbreaking, to see such a young man, that we were involved with. You know, um, I have to give a big, big, big shout out to Liberty PD. When this started happening, they were on it. They kept going nonstop. We've met, us and the detectives, about this certain case, and they never gave up. I give them so much respect for what they have done, for allowing us to be involved with this case. It's breaking to see something like this, happen to such a young kid. Our love and our love goes out, and our condolences go out to the family of this missing person. It's we're here for you. If you need anything, you have our number. Please call us. If you need anything, just call us. Once again, we send our love out to the family, and we're very sorry that the news was found today. It's just heartbreaking. I can't go any further with that. But during the show, we're going to bring something up, a little tribute to them, for Mr. Mayfield. So we're going to get to our events. Tomorrow, we're going out to see some families tomorrow with Santa Claus. We're going to bring some presents to the families. We're so excited. Tomorrow, Sunday is Santa Claus coming to Hope Alive office. We can't wait. We're excited. We have so far 27 kids. That's going to be coming so far, and there's still more openings. So you got to call us to get on this list, because we have many spots open left. We can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. We can't wait. So we want to give a special thanks to the people who did get involved with the toy drive for Hope Alive. We want to thank Sean Carty out of Fallsburg, and congratulations on your win, for the runnings you have done. We congratulate you and thank you for helping us. We thank Tony Baba's Restaurant in Middletown. Every year, they're always involved with Hope Alive. So we thank them. So make sure you stop by there and check them out. We thank Patrick Owens Law Firm in Middletown. A very nice lawyer. He's well known, nice guy. Very good person to talk to. We thank Eric Rivera out of Newburgh. We thank you for helping us out. We thank Brian Foley. He owns Snoop Investigations. We thank him so much for helping us out. We thank Cheryl Lynn out in Colorado. All the way out in Colorado, she got involved with the toy drive. We thank you so much, Cheryl. Kenny Ford, we thank you as well. Kenny Ford is an EMS, and he got involved with us. We thank you. We thank the Monticello Rotary Club / Southern County Chamber of Commerce. We met the gentleman. I was actually a guest speaker the other night over there. It was fantastic. We loved it. We thank you. We thank Rachel from Toys from Tots out in Liberty. We thank you so much for being involved with us. We thank The Vibes in 211. RJ, this is the second year you partnered with us. We thank you so much for helping us out this year. We thank Vet to Vet in Monticello. Big helpful. We thank you as well. We thank Party Master. Party Master came to the office today and decorated the whole office. We have a big snowman right in front of our office there, and it's frosty out there. We thank them. We thank Sharon from the YIT Foundation. We thank you so much for being involved in the toy drive and being involved on Sunday with all the food you're going to be bringing. We thank you so much for all your help. So we thank everybody for that. It's when it comes together, we make a good impact on our communities. We also want to thank Marie Secoin. They own a restaurant over in Jeffersonville. Matter of fact, one of our artists might be performing over there soon. So stay tuned for details on that one. Ryan Weber, he's a country artist. He will be performing over there. We can't wait. When we get all set up, we're going to let you know. We'll get the flyers out. Come check the restaurant out. They got some good food. She brought some pizza over today. It was good. And Ryan Webb is a fantastic singer, so that's gonna be great. So let's hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by the Reiki Bar. Relax, release, revitalize. Take a shot of healing. All ages served. Some things we do are Reiki, crystal healing, sound healing, aromatherapy, reflexology, healing touch, divine insight, classes, and events. Come visit us at 120 Sullivan Street, Unit 5, Wurtsboro, New York, 12790. Or call us at 425-245-4101.
Okay, so we're back. That's a word from our sponsor. So before we wait for our first guest, something that we do want to bring up. It's we're straight to the point. Um, we as an organization are in need of whatsoever in competition with other podcasts. Okay, we just want to make this clear. We as an organization, our main goal, we're not here for ratings. We're not here, to be fame. What we are here for is to reach out to our communities and to find a missing person. This is our goal. This is what we do. I've been watching a lot of other podcasts, and also now they want to talk about missing people. And I mean, look, the more the better. We're happy that everybody's doing it. But you have to understand, we are no competition. We're here for no ratings. We are here to find a missing person. Every day, missing people are going missing. We need to stop this. We need to get out there and bring these people home. If we don't, big sad things happen, and we don't want to see this anymore. Currently, we had some stuff going around TikTok about the shootings. With the schools closing up. This is insane, literally insane. We always take a threat seriously, no matter what. Take it seriously. Did I send my kids to school this week? No, I didn't. No, I did not. I don't trust it. They might be just ranting on Facebook or TikTok. Try to be big and bad. Look. Every threat is seriously, so we as a community, we must start speaking up. We have to start speaking up. If we don't, we're not going to get anywhere. I want to thank Colin Smith from Orange County Assemblyman. He reached out to me yesterday, and I'm actually going to meet him in person because we're about change. We are about making change for our communities. So if we don't do it, it never get done. I do want to thank our DA up in Sullivan County for making and getting arrests on these people who's on TikTok and threatening other people. This is their lives. Our kids' lives is in stake when they do this. So we have to be precautious. So we're just happy that some arrests have been made and hopefully more to come. But back to the other part about missing people. Look, every week you see our list adding up. When does it get lower? It doesn't get lower. It keeps going up. So we as a community must come together, and we must start making some change with these missing people. If you see something, you say something. There's no such thing as a snitch code on a missing person. You say something. If you could snitch on a drug dealer, then snitch on a missing person. That's how it's supposed to be. So we are still waiting for LaToya. She's supposed to be logging in a couple minutes. Then after her, we have the mayor, which I'm very happy. I'm very, thankful that the mayor, out of all people that we try to get to, how we try to speak to, they kind of ignored us. But this mayor hasn't, so I appreciate him so much, for taking his time tonight to join us. Hopefully we can do something down the line with him. So therefore, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with LaToya. Look at them faces. Look at them faces, people. They are somebody's child. They are somebody's sister, somebody's brother, somebody's mother. Look at them faces. This is what we mean. So therefore, we're going to bring in Miss Latoya Jackson.
Hello.
Hi, Latoya. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just want to thank you for joining us tonight. I know it's been hard for you, you
Yeah.
know, with your husband being missing. What? How long has he been missing for now?
It was 3 years on December the 10th.
Mm. And there's no such leads at all about your husband.
They don't law enforcement don't really provide us a lot of information that we should have, so it makes it hard because I really don't know. I try to tell myself, yeah, they have some leads, but really I don't think they are doing much.
Right. Have they even contacted you about any possible leads or anything?
They have a couple times, but I really think it was just them fishing for something else. I'm not sure, but as in the last year, they have contacted me one time, and that's after me sending emails or sending voicemails, but they have only contacted me one time in the last year.
Now, 18 days after his car was found, I mean, after he was reported missing, his car was found.
Yes, it was. And
And,
it was already had been set on fire. So the fire had already extinguished itself
and
by
they
the
couldn't find
time.
nothing. And they couldn't find nothing out of that.
You know, it, it I know they know who had the car. I'm pretty sure they know who set the car on fire, but they couldn't get anything out of that as far as him being missing.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's definitely tough, especially the holidays are here. You know,
Yes.
now you have children, right?
Yes. We have two children together. They were 3 and 4 at the time. They're 6 and 7 right now.
And it must be very hard for them right now.
Yes.
I could only imagine the pain, the wondering what
Yeah.
you and your family are going through.
Yeah, the 7-year-old, it's a little bit more harder on her because the 6-year-old, she don't remember too much even about her father until we watch videos because she was 3. So that's around the time frame where they kind of, their memory is just beginning and everything. So the 7-year-old is really hard for her because she remember a lot more.
Right, right.
And she remember everything that happened the night that her father went missing also.
So, I mean, as a single mom right now, you know, um,
Yeah.
how do you cope with your children if they ask, "Mommy, where's Daddy at?"
I have like a whole different approach. I really just let him know, he did not leave us. You know, he didn't leave us. I just let him know like he's probably gone against his will because I don't want them thinking that he, really he just left us because I know he didn't. He would
Right
never leave them.
now,
He would leave me before he leave them.
well, I mean, anybody should stay with the Toya Jackson. I mean, that's a famous name there. And then with because with his name, I'm thinking, wow, Casanova.
Yep, Don
You
Juan
know,
Casanova.
and I'm thinking, I remember the song "Oh Casanova." I'm
Yes.
thinking, wow, it's amazing. Now, does he have family in your area, or what do they think
He
about this?
Okay, so he was last seen at his sister's home the night that he went missing. He was last seen at his sister's home. And he has a weird relationship with his family. It's like they're close, they're not, they're close, they're not. We were kind of like, when the years that we were married, we kind of like was to ourselves. He communicated more with my family than he did with his, but only family members he really had was his sister in his area, but he had a lot of step relatives.
And they have no idea where he could be at.
Nobody saying anything. They said they don't. I mean, I don't know, because I don't really talk to them either. So,
Right now, in your area, the sister with his house he was at, right? Is
yes.
that a complex or is that a apartment building?
Nope, just a house. It's a house. It's about two houses from the corner of a known street.
And they got no video cameras up in the area?
Nope.
Wow.
I actually went out on Christmas Day. I had a lot of breakdowns, but I actually went out on Christmas Day and went to every house on that block except for hers and knocked on the doors, and nobody remember his vehicle. Nobody remember anything, any noises or anything.
Mm, So, is the community over where you're at now? You're over in whereabouts are you? Like, what state are you in?
I'm in Michigan.
Michigan, okay. Because are you by Flint, Michigan?
Yes, I'm
You are.
outside. We lived outside of Flint, Michigan, and he went missing from Flint, Michigan.
Okay, because you know we have another girl out there missing from Flint, Michigan too.
Yes, 2 years prior to him.
Yeah,
Are you?
yep.
Yes.
And so we're involved in that one. Hopefully that something comes
Okay.
up with both of y'all. It's weird. I mean, Flint, Michigan. And all. I've been to Flint before, and it was very nice over there. I'm shocked. I really am. But in this day, anywhere you go is you gotta watch your back now.
Yes.
So now is the community over in Flint, are they like helping you get flyers out or anything?
Yes. We
They
we
are.
did that. We did a lot of that in the first 2 years. I really kind of consumed myself with the case for the first 2 years, and then I had to just take a step back and tell myself I can't just, because it was really, we can get obsessed with things like this, especially when we know it got to be something. We got to put the pieces together. We got to put the pieces together so we can really get obsessed. And I really had to take a step back, and it helped me mentally to just tell myself I got to be patient. Just sit back and be patient.
Right. Well, you definitely gotta keep your head up. I mean, never lose hope.
Yes.
Because anything's possible in these days.
Yes.
So now if you could tell the community what they could do to help, what would you tell them?
Just, it's someone that knows something, and just be honest. You can speak up anonymously. Just be honest and say something, or anything that you may have heard or um may have known prior to this him being missing. Just anything, all the pieces can come together at some point if everyone just say something, because no one vanishes into thin air. It had to be something.
Right. And think about it, he could be up here by us in New York.
He could be anywhere. Yes, he really can.
Exactly. And this is why we as an organization, we have his picture, we have his information, and we are spreading it everywhere, all over social media, because somebody on social media will know something.
Yes.
And somebody should step up and say something. It doesn't matter what their history was in their past. It's still somebody's child. It's
Yes,
still
it is.
somebody's wife or husband. And this is what, we need the community to start looking at this, because this is more bigger than a drug game right now with missing people.
It is.
And this is why we have to stop this. But it's tough. It really is. But we Hope Alive if I will stand by you 100% until this is over with.
I appreciate that. It's because sometimes people don't have a huge support system, and that's where I kind of lacked that a little bit, and I shut down on a lot of people that my family members and friends. But then I had to tell myself, this is my husband. They're probably not going to take this the same way that I'm taking it, and so instead of just shutting them out, because I did shut them out for a while, I had to just tell myself, they're not feeling what I'm feeling. And I can't just put the blame on them. They have their lives and everything. I feel like that I would do a lot to help someone with a missing person, but I can't expect everybody to just come and run to me.
Right, right, right. But what we can count for is the community stepping up and say, look,
Yes.
we know something. We have to say something. Let's bring this family their loved one. That's how I
Right.
see it. You know, but Latoya, I want to wish you and your children the best holiday that you could have. We will stay on top of this. Just like every other business people that we are involved with. Because we're not going to give up. And we hope that you don't give up.
Yeah.
You keep your head up.
Yeah, we cannot give up, because that's exactly what the cops want us to do, is to give up and forget, or however they think is going to happen. But we just got to make sure that we let them know that we're still going to be out here looking. We're still going to be out here handing out flyers and everything, to do everything that we can to find, my husband, my kid's father, whoever their friends, you know.
Absolutely, because your kids need their father back.
Yes, they do.
They are probably daddy's little girls. So we have to get that father back to you guys.
Yes.
But I want to thank you, Latoya, for taking your time tonight to join us. And I'm very happy that you joined our support group. There's other families in that support group that is willing to help each other get through this.
And I appreciate that so much.
You're very welcome, Latoya. I
Thank
want to
you.
thank you once again tonight. And we will definitely keep in touch with each other.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Yep. Bye bye. Such tragedy. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when you see families go through this. I've been speaking to Michelle's mom. We're going back and forth. And hopefully we get answers for everybody. So before we bring on our next guest, we have the mayor, from Newburgh, on waiting for us in backstage. What we would like to do, like I said, today we was out, and a young man who was found today deceased. We send our love, our prayers out to this family. I've been speaking to the family all day, from the girlfriend to the aunts. It's heartbreaking. This is wow. This is our first one since we started this. This is our first one that we were really involved deep with, that was found not the way we wanted this to happen. So it's heartbreaking for us as well too. So we like to do a little tribute to Mr. Mayfield. Then we right back. Yeah, we're back. We like to now the next gentleman. We have a lot of respect for. He is the mayor of Newburgh. Um, Nice guy. And he is the only one, the mayor, governor, that's actually coming on our podcast. So we are excited that he is joining us tonight. So please welcome Mr. Mayor Torrance Harvey.
Good evening. Good evening.
How you doing, Mr. Mayor?
Good, Mr. Ramos. How are you, sir?
Good, thank you. We thank you for joining us tonight.
My pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. I think that the work that you and your team are doing with creating a platform and to expose and to assist families that are missing people, people that have gone abducted or missing, and whether children or adults, in our region, in the Mid Hudson Valley, and in our state and in our country. It's a really really tragic situation, and my heart and prayers go out to all those families that are going through that, and it's an ongoing thing in our country, especially with the children. Not to minimize when it's an adult that goes missing, because we know that's a harsh reality as well. But when things happen to children, man, innocent children, it's just like I heard you say it with the previous guest that you had on. It's heartbreaking, man.
It is.
Especially this time of the year too. So
It's heartbreaking. We was involved in a case up here, and sadly he was found today deceased.
wow.
It's heartbreaking. We actually have a case over in your area
Okay.
from 2020.
Okay.
Stephen Kraft. His car was found on First Street.
Yep.
So we're involved in that one too. Now we don't have that many connections up in Newburgh. We are members of the Orange County Chambers of Commerce.
Nice.
We just got in them like 2 weeks ago. So we're looking to do more in Newburgh, in the Orange County areas, besides Sullivan County.
Right.
So we would love to get up there, because what we want to do is go to the schools and start educating our kids,
right,
about running away, what can happen out if you run away, so this is our goal, is what we want to do, but yeah, I mean, and I think that you would be the right person to go to with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Uniquely, I am not only the mayor of the city of Newburgh, but I'm also educator in the Newburgh and Large City School District as a history teacher. It's my 23rd year teaching, and I'm still teaching. And so I've got a lot of contacts in the school district. I'd be happy to share with you and your organization to see what we can do to give you that platform and that audience. And in the school district, we have also a wonderful rapport with the Newburgh and Large City School District, between the city government, our police department, and our school district and the school board and the board members. So yeah, it's a conversation, and it's a phone call or a sit down or a Zoom. And nowadays with the COVID second variant, kicking up in our state and in our region, it's a conversation, man. Any and everything I can do to help save the children and help save, people who have been abducted or who have gone missing. Like I said, it's a horrific, tragic circumstance for not only the person or the individual, but their families and the community at large, suffers when this type of thing happens.
It's a serious thing right now. I think it's a bigger thing than anything else going on right now.
Absolutely.
Especially with sex trafficking.
Oh yeah, with the sex trafficking, modern day slavery, all these different things that are happening, man. It's like, yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be under the spotlight. It needs to be exposed and shared with everybody. And with the internet, social media, there's no reason why these open cold cases can't be closed or solved.
Absolutely.
I know it sounds easier than done, but with social media and the internet and the technological devices that we have today, it seems like I would imagine it seems like it should be an easier task with all the technology we have.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't know what your opinion would be, but what my idea, what we want to do, we understand that law enforcement is going to be backed up. We understand that, especially with the bail reform and all that. We know that.
Mhm.
What we want to do is create something with all local PD. Like if somebody comes in and report a missing person, some of the local PD, like an example up here, we had a case up here. They told the family come back in 24 hours. There is no law for 24 hours to
Right,
report a missing person.
right.
So then when that person went back the next day to the other department, they said, why'd you wait so long? Today, the girl's still missing.
Wow.
And we're working on that constantly on her father's on my board. And it's just sad when you see them, like, they know we're doing other cases, but here you go, you got your own daughter missing too.
Wow.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, have the police departments, if somebody comes in missing, we should get an alert immediately because we're going to act immediately.
Right.
We're going to get out there immediately.
Right.
We had a similar case over the summer. A young girl, 13-year-old girl, she ran away, and she was gone for 4 weeks. We got called. We found her in 4 hours.
Wow.
Today she's doing outstanding. So we want to help the local PD and state with this. I think it'd be very important to allow us to get involved with them and start bringing up old cases too. Let's get them solved.
Absolutely. And Hope Alive 845, your organization, Mr. Ramos, is exactly what like you said is needed. Someone that's on a grassroots organization that's going to get boots on the ground to help law enforcement. And time is of essence when you talk about someone being abducted, someone being kidnapped, or what have you. Time is everything, man. That clock starts to tick. And the case is hot at that moment, and then as time moves on, the trails get cold, and then it becomes a cold case. Then it becomes, unfortunately, a face on a poster, or a face in, a name and a number with a reward amount, or what have you, and as time progresses, the likelihood and the probability of finding the person becomes, less and less. And then the probability of that person being found alive, minimizes. And there's data to show that. There's data to show and prove that, time is not your friend when someone is abducted, or kidnapped, if you will, So.
No, that first 48 hours is critical.
Critical, super critical. I've looked at the data. I've looked at, police reports, and I'm constantly involved with our leadership and our police department here in the city of Newburgh, New York. We have a new commissioner, a new police chief, and I'm in meetings with them and the city manager and other council members all the time. We even have also partnerships with other law enforcement agencies, with the county sheriff's department, the FBI, ATF, and the state troopers, New York State troopers, and their special victims units and their investigative units. I meet with them all the time. I'm in conversation and dialogue with law enforcement all the time as the mayor, and in those conversations about people, especially kids, being missing, time is not on your side. And so your organization serves a critical role in creating hope and hopefully, hope and aspirations for finding their loved ones, So I applaud you and your organization, what you do, because it's not an easy task, and it's a scary situation. The given circumstances are really, really rough. The odds are against you. So I commend you guys for what you're doing. Even having this platform to articulate and speak on these matters is huge. your audience members and people that watch, your podcast, whether it's live or recorded, you know, it may help an investigation in a significant way. So
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, the difference between us and law enforcement. I mean, I'm not knocking law enforcement. Don't get me
right,
wrong. Um, what I feel what law enforcement should do is that if there is a case going on, and of course, we're gonna get involved with it. I like us, we contact the family every other day. We let them know, don't give up. We're still here. We're still working on this. Hopefully we get something. Law enforcement should contact the family and say, look, we might not have nothing, but a phone call, it gives them hope.
yep,
One of the times who we're working for right now, they haven't got a phone call, and they've been calling and calling. It shouldn't be the family calling every day to get answers.
right,
It just
right,
puts more stress on them.
yep,
I mean, we want to get. I mean, other difference between us and law enforcement, the people in the streets, they're not going to talk to a guy with a badge on.
right,
You know,
right,
us, it might be a different story now because
right,
we're not cops. We're street smart too. I
yep,
was raised in Middletown, New York. Growing
right,
up, so
mhm,
that's all street smart.
mhm,
I would rather, I would hope that if any cases Newburgh has or any other cases, I will hope that they'll allow us to get involved and start breaking open these old cases.
right.
Because somebody knows something.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and you know, one of the things that we just recently, with our new leadership in our police department here in Newburgh, just implemented a chaplaincy. So we have men and women, of the cloth from different faiths who are going to be sworn in January as chaplains, and it's a new thing that we have in our police department where they too can be involved with these types of matters. Not only gun violence, and first being first and second responders or what have you, to violence, but also with critical issues such as abduction or kidnapping of women and children and men. And so you're right. You have to have plainclothes people who are ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I always say, and what you're doing in your organization and the individuals that's with your team. People look at you as ordinary people, but you guys are doing extraordinary work in this field of creating hope and maintaining hope for those families who are missing loved ones. And so you're right. You got to have grassroots efforts. You got to have boots on the ground. You got to be able to talk to the people, be approachable, and the people have to feel a level of comfort in talking to you and being able to have that conversation or dialogue, where it is it's a different scenario, different given circumstances when you're talking to law enforcement. We hope, and part of our objective with law enforcement is to improve community police relationships so that people don't have that apprehension or don't have that reluctance to speak to law enforcement. But we're not there yet, and I agree with you. Having people who look like you and I, just ordinary citizens that are trying to help with a significant cause like this. I think it is important. You're credible messengers. And it is definitely needed, is wanted, and is significant. So, yeah, we appreciate it, man. And anything I can do to be a liaison or to be a supporter of what you're doing and your organization, the people involved, it's for the children, it's for those families. It's important, man. It really is.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, and I definitely want to meet up with you sometime.
Oh yeah, we'll have lunch. Yeah, after
Yeah,
we get through the
absolutely.
holidays, let's have some lunch or dinner or whatever, and let's continue to converse. And then I'll introduce you to our new commissioner, Commissioner Gourmirez, and then we have a new police chief, Chief Gerasi. some of the city council members and you know, our city manager, whatever we got to do, you know, get you here, let you meet some of our chaplains, you know, our new chaplains. They're going to be, like I said, be sworn in a public ceremony. They're already on duty, but we always do a public ceremony for them. You know, they're men and women of different faiths, you know, the clergy in our community, and it's a new unit within our Newburgh Police Department. So
Absolutely. You
they're
know,
to work with you as well.
that would be great because I'm sure that up in Orange County, there's a lot of cases that's not open back up again.
Right.
You know, we want to open them back up, you know, and just like with Stephen Kraft over in Newburgh, you know, his father moved away, you know, but we constantly go back and forth talking to him. You know, that's another one that we're working on over there.
Okay.
One of our girls from the city, we found out she was spotted back in October in Poughkeepsie.
Wow.
So we're putting an alert out there now too. She's been missing since 2015, I believe.
Wow.
You know, a young girl, and I mean, our goal is to lower down these missing people right now.
Right.
You know, because it's crazy. This is off the chain right now.
Oh yeah, man. Like you said, you know, sex trafficking is a big thing, man. A lot of people don't know too that, you know, African Americans and Latinos have been abducted even for, you know, organs. You know, that's been something that's been ongoing as well. You know, with the sex trafficking, but also with, you know, organs, man. You know, the black market for organs is really huge. You know, people don't talk about these things a lot. You know,
absolutely. You know, I was on the news a couple of weeks ago for making one little statement. You know, with the Gabby Petito case.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I mean, it's very sad what happened with her. She's a beautiful girl, you know, but with the coverage that she got, you know, it was outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole thing I said, but everybody should get coverage of a missing person of all color.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then it just, I mean, oh, well, you know, do you think it's racial? It's not racial. The problem is that everybody who's missing should get coverage.
Period.
You know, because it took them not even a year to find that girl.
Right, right.
You know, meanwhile, we got cases up here since 1984.
Wow. Now,
you know,
where's Gabby from?
She was from, well, she originally from New York.
New York City?
New York City. But she, I guess her and her boyfriend were on a big adventure.
Yes, I do. Yep.
You know, and then
convicted, right?
Excuse me?
Was the boyfriend, wasn't he tried and convicted or something?
No, he was found deceased.
Oh, he was found. Okay, that's right. Yep.
You know, and which another thing kills me with that part, because if they find his remains,
right,
and the next day they're already saying who he is,
right,
how's that even possible? You know, but then up here, you know, like I said, we have a case over in Fallsburg since 84.
Wow.
Missing. You know, we have Shanice Harris from 2017. Everybody knows her in Orange County.
Right.
You know, she was popular and nothing's found yet. Joseph Help in Ellenville, 87, missing. You know, it's unbelievable. And this is why we're getting involved more now, because we have to get closure for these families.
Right. That's right,
you
man.
know, and with your help and everybody else's help, we can make a big change in our communities.
We can have a large, you know, coalition, you know, throughout the county and the state, and you know, there's a market for some sort of television broadcasting of this. Like, you know, this should be on some of the major news networks. This should be on, you know, some of the larger, you know, news stations or even, you know, television stations. You know, I don't see why, you know, you see the St. Jude's commercial, and not to knock what St. Jude's does for children who are terminally ill. But I'm saying there are organizations like St. Jude's, there's organizations like, some of these huge, large, not-for-profit 501c3 organizations that get a lot of coverage, and rightfully so. Like I said, I'm not minimizing or knocking, and I'm not trying to say that they shouldn't. They should, but this type of subject matter should have a larger, lens or scope of exposure. It really should,
Yeah.
and because everyone is dead. You even see the commercials or the infomercials, late at night or early in the morning on feeding children in other countries. But a lot of these challenges and things like, child abduction is happening right in our own backyards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this is what we're trying to do. I mean, we had it all comes down to an organization to get support. That's
Right.
the main thing right now is support, because
Mhm.
without support, nobody's gonna know who you are.
Right.
We threw so many events over the summer,
Mhm.
and one was pretty good. Other one, we had no politician or any of our officials attend with us. I'm thinking, wow, but if this happened to your child,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm not knocking anybody, but and even with the funding, we're having such a hard time with that too. And we're at 501c3,
Wow.
so
Wow.
and because we have a lot of things that we wanted to, like, get our kids programs for our kids, get them in self-defense classes. That's what we
Right.
want to do.
Right.
We want to hire other private investigation companies,
Mhm.
that as well. We got proposals already. We want to, and our main thing that we want to do now, if a deceased body was found that we're working on,
Mhm.
we understand that a funeral cost is so skyrocket.
Yeah.
I know because I buried my brother 10 grand. It's a lot of
Yep.
money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah.
We want to be able to help them with a partial, to help the family that can't make it, because they
Right.
want to have a right burial for their child,
Absolutely. And
but
my father passed in 2020. And thank goodness he was a Korean War veteran. But their funeral cost was, like you said, astronomical.
yeah,
At a minimum, 8 to 10 grand.
yeah, absolutely. And that's just with ashes, you
Right.
know?
And imagine, how many times we see families do GoFundMe pages when a loved one dies,
Yeah, yeah,
deceased. And if a child is found, deceased because of an abduction, because of a kidnapping, the least that, we as a human community, um, could do is support that with finances. Money, got to put your money where your mouth is. So you have me
mhm,
committed, Mr. Ramos. Any and everything that I can do within my scope and within my authority, I'm going to support you and your organization in any what way I can. If you have events or what have you, just please let me know between my executive staff and myself personally. I'm going to try to make sure I can get at least to one or two of your events, especially if it's a fundraiser. There may be opportunities because I'm trying to unify the dads in my city. I think I mentioned that to you before.
yeah, yep,
A lot of times, and the challenges that we have in the city of Newburgh, is we're a small urban city. A lot of times we have the youth, the young people, teenagers, and I call them teens and tweens, the early 20-year-olds, between the ages of 14 and I would say, 25. We have young men, out here, involved with different sets or groups, possibly gangs, and then they get involved with the gunplay, and then what we see oftentimes, and not only in Newburgh but across the country, we see a lot of black on black killings or shootings.
yeah, yeah,
If not black on black, black and Hispanic, and so we've been working diligently at trending bullet to body incidents and gun violence down in our city, and to be honest, it's an uptick in that across the country.
oh
Right.
yeah,
And I don't know how much of it is COVID, how much of it, dealing with, poverty and the lack of financial means and stuff like that. So I've been trying to unify dads and with that, focus. But dads in unity, if I can get the fathers in my city to really come out and join hands and shoulders to mentor young people, dads in unity can get involved with what your organization is doing.
Well,
Because
we would definitely bring the awareness to Newburgh.
yes, all right, yeah, man. So you have my commitment. It's about timing and figuring out when, where, and how to make that happen. That's why I joined your podcast tonight to say that the work that you and your team is doing around, missing people and missing children, particularly, is of priority to me. Is of great interest to me because I'm a father, I'm an uncle, I'm a grandfather. I have three young children. Well, my children are teenagers and 20-year-olds, but I know what it is to raise children and to love them and educate them and nurture them and protect them in any way I possibly can. And so, with that being said, um, what you're dealing with and what you're focused on is a very, very important priority. So,
And we appreciate it. And we also appreciate you taking your time to join us tonight as well.
absolutely.
So I have your number. We're going to definitely keep in touch and we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Yes, let's make it happen, man. Let's build our coalition and let's expose all that needs to be exposed so that we can bring resolve to the families and to these cold cases, even if they have to be reopened.
Absolutely. I definitely appreciate it. So, but Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you so much tonight.
My pleasure.
And happy holidays to you and your family. And we'll definitely keep in touch after the holidays. I'll definitely contact you.
Absolutely. Thank you, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and your family, Mr. Ramos. Keep
Yes.
hope alive, brother. Keep hope alive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye. That was the mayor. Such a nice guy. I look forward to working with him next year. I think it's going to be outstanding. I think it's time for change. This is what I mean by let's make it happen. With this young man, the mayor, I'm very, very happy that this mayor has took his time, and he's in another county. We're going to make this happen, so this is where we need your support to make this happen. So we're going to be right back. Let's take a break from a sponsor.
Today's episode is sponsored by Steve's Music Center. That's Steve's Music Center at 248 Rock Hill Drive, Rock Hill, New York. Stop in and see Steve or give Steve a call at 845-796-3616. You can even shop online at stevesmusiccenter.net, a full music retailer that specializes in boutique guitar effects and replacement pickup. Again, give Steve a call at 845-796-3616.
Just take a look at all them beautiful eyes and faces that were just shown. They are somebody's child, somebody's loved one, and somebody knows what happened to each and every single one of them. As an organization, our goal was to find these missing people. Who knows? They could still be alive, and this is why we need our community to act immediately. You must act immediately, because with your little information, a little bit of information can save somebody's life. You got to keep that in mind, because it could be your neighbor. It could be your neighbor who has somebody missing in their basement. We don't know. So as everybody out here sees something, they should see something. It's just sad. It's sad. So last week, what was it? 2 weeks ago, last weekend. Last weekend we had a vigil here. We was connected with Girl Val and 911 missing. They came up from the city. We expected a lot of people to come. Well, that didn't work like that. It was very upsetting, to be honest. Here we have people from New York City that came all the way up to Sullivan County, which is about 2.5 hours, 3 hours away. Came all the way up here for an important night about the missing people. One of the organization's leader, her daughter is missing. Chelsea Cobo. She was spotted. Somebody said she was spotted back in October in Poughkeepsie, New York. She went missing in the Bronx, New York. But what gets me is that if they spot her, why didn't they call somebody? Why didn't they call somebody? Another one, Rochelle Hammond. She's a young girl, who's dearly missed by her mom, from Masco, Colorado. She went walking from her mom's house and never came back. So nobody knows anything, so we are constantly on that one right now. I talk a lot with the mom. We are on this because we're going to find her. We're going to find her. I guarantee we're going to find her. Shanice Harris, who went missing May 29, 2017. And her car was found. But where's Shanice Harris? Every day I watch her family. It's heartbreaking. Somebody knows something about Shanice Harris. Marvin Gibbs went missing in 84, Fallsburg, New York. Really, nobody said anything about it. That's heartbreaking. So we, as a community, we must stand up. We have to be the voice of the voiceless. Once again, I give so much respect for Liberty Police Department and their detective squad. When I contacted them, I introduced who I was, and I told them who we're looking for, and we like to be involved. Of course, they asked permission from the family, and the family, said yes. Be communicated. Be communicated. Okay. It wasn't a great turnout that we expected. It's heartbreaking for us to witness something like this. It's heartbreaking. But they were on it. They stayed on it. We stayed with them, and we stayed on it. There's always hope. And once again, we send our love and condolences out to the family. And this sad day today. We have others. Cassandra Ramirez, a beautiful young Latina girl, 25 years old. She has a child. This up and disappeared. Elena de la Cruz, You know, she's an elderly woman. Elderly woman. She only went to the store. She had everything in her apartment, her TV on, like she was coming back. And she just disappeared. Disappeared. I spoken to the daughter. I thank her for her service, her husband's service. I thank them for the service, but she disappeared. Nothing has turned up on her. Like you just don't disappear. Like, where'd you go? You know, um, Sullivan County is small. Orange County is big. Dutchess County is big. New York City is big. So somebody would know something, no matter what. I don't care. I mean, if you are scared to talk to the police, please, let's put them aside. Contact us. Contact us. Let's find somebody. We show every picture that we're working on right now. Let's find somebody. It's the holidays. We cannot, the community cannot, if you know something out there, you have to say something. You have to say something. These families need their loved one back. It's the holidays. How can whoever knows something, right, how can you sit there through the holidays, enjoy your Christmas presents, enjoy New Year's Eve, get out and party, and watch the family that you know something of is sitting there on Christmas morning sad and crying, going through hell. How? How can you let that happen? How can you sit there and allow this family to struggle every single day? How? It's, man, it's just so hard to believe that. To me, I call it right out. If you know something, you're cold-hearted. You're cold-hearted, because you don't care about that family. You don't care. The only thing you probably care about, I don't want to be a snitch. I don't want to get a name to be a snitch. You're not being a snitch. You're saving somebody's life. I understand it was a drug dealer, something like that. But when it comes down to a child or an adult that's missing, and you see these families every single day pleading for help, crying for help, we're crying, we're telling you, we're asking for help, and you can sit there and watch them every single day struggle. What do? Is sitting back there laughing about it? Is that what you're all doing out there that knows something? Because I don't wish this on anyone, but it could happen to you. And then what would you do? What would you do if your child went missing, especially if you knew something about another missing person? What would you do? It should not be this way. In all of our communities, law enforcement should work with us, because we're determined to find a missing loved one. We're determined to bring closure. We're determined to break the families from having such struggle every single day. That's what we're about. We're not about fame. We're not about media. We're not about, getting big brownie points. We don't care about rewards. We could care less. I spoke to one lady, mom. There's a $50,000 reward out for her daughter right now. $50,000 reward. And she says, you found my daughter, your organization can have it. You know what I told her? We don't want it. Give it to somebody who needs it. We don't want it. What we want is to bring their loved one home. That's what we want. And I'm telling you straightforward, because these rewards out there don't mean nothing to us. Okay? Hell, we did a whole year without any kind of funding. We did it on our own. That just shows you something. We did it on our own to make this happen. That's what we did. We didn't go out to the States. Oh, you got to help. No. It came out of our own pocket to make this happen. So why would we care about reward? Our goal, like I said, is to find a loved one and bring them home. That's what we're here for. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with Mr. Ryan Weber.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Schmidt's Wholesale, a family-run wholesale distributor of plumbing, heating, electrical pumps, waterworks, and HVAC supplies. That's Schmidt's Wholesale, 845-794-5900 or 150 Jefferson Street in Monticello.
Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone.
Okay, we're back. We'd like to welcome Mr. Ryan Weber.
Can you hear me all right?
No.
Can you hear me? Still no. Wait, you're not going to go with me.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing, buddy? How's everything?
Good. You can take your headphones off. We're right here.
Okay, how's everything, Ryan?
I mean, clearly we know today, you and I both went out and looked for Mr. Mayfield. So it could be better.
It could be better. Well, Ryan, I know you wanted to speak tonight. So I'm going to give the platform to you. I know you had a lot to talk about, so platforms are you.
I mean, we're just going to have a regular conversation, you and I, about everything that goes on. Let me see if this, see if it works there. I want to call out a bunch of people. In my mind, I have a lot of things that I want to say, but I'm not going to say them the way I want to say it. But the visual that we went to, that we had here, that we hosted, crushed me. We had a lot of you people, a lot of you politicians said that they were going to support, they were going to come out to help with the families. We have never received a how was your visual from you. We've never received a condolences to the families that showed up here for their missing loved one. But you expect us to support you as a leader in the community when all this shit's happening in your backyard and you don't care. Okay, I'm going to call it by name. Mike Martucci, where are you at? You sent us a letter saying you want to learn about our organization and you want to help. We got nothing back from you. You said you were going to send one of your other people to come up to the vigil. They never showed up. But you want our support. The next day, you're at the firehouse just 10 minutes down the road from our office. So what's your excuse? I'm tired of sitting back on the sidelines and watching these families get hurt, and you pretend like that you give a shit, and you really don't. And it upsets me. I look at the families. I personally don't have somebody in my family missing, but I tell you what, with the Harris family, how close I am with them, yeah, they are family. And it bugs me so much that we're just looking for a little bit of help, a little bit of backing, a little bit of support. And these so-called leaders of ours ain't doing shit. Okay? And it's up to small groups like ours that have to go out there and fight for these families, because if not, nothing else is going to happen. No one else is going to do it. And like I said, right now I'm trying to keep it as PG as possible because I really just want to freak out. It bothers me, and you don't care unless it happens to you. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. It's just irritates me. Yeah. just it hurts. It bothers me a lot.
And we work every day hard. We try to find what we need to bring somebody home every day. Every day.
We hear people say, like, oh, sorry, we couldn't make it. We're busy. I know everybody has a busy life. I'm here almost every day with you. I have a full-time job. I run a business. But I make time because you know what? I don't want to know what that feels like to have somebody missing. Someone calls and says, hey, your daughter's missing. I have 2 daughters. Hey, your daughter's missing. I am lighting this entire world on fire to find them. And I would want somebody to be there for me. That's why I do it every day. Because you never know what's going to happen to you. And when it happens to you, you're going to reach out and say, hey, I need help. We're of course going to help you. But then you're going to feel the pain that these families are going through, and you're going to wish that there was more help than there's actually there. The other day, I was looking up online about different cases. I'm up every night searching, doing whatever I can, looking for any information, any leads. Why isn't Shanice Harris' case on the FBI.gov missing persons website? That's something I'd like to know. Why isn't Marvin Gaye's up there either? A couple of our cases are up there, but a lot of them are not. There's a missing persons clearinghouse for New York State, the largest missing person database. A lot of these names that we're looking for, they're not there anymore. Why?
Well, the law enforcement should, even with officials, our governor, our mayors, our assemblymen, our councils, especially up in Sullivan County. Sullivan County is where we're struggling at with anybody up here. And Sullivan County is the hardest area where we're having a problem at right now. Sullivan County, because they, we call for answers, we don't get callbacks. And it makes it impossible to help if they can't communicate back with us.
It's bullshit.
So I really think that, then you have other people out there, with other podcasts, look, just like I said in the beginning, we're not in for no competition. We're not in it for, for ratings. No, we're definitely not, because that is not about us. We are in it for the families. We will fight for the families, and we will keep going for the families until answers are answered.
Yeah, you're touching base on that, but we're not in competition. What's also been getting under my skin is internet trolls. You're always going to have them. We posted up about the Christmas show and the visual last week, and we had somebody comment saying, why are you using so many words? That's what you got from that post? Why are you using so many words? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
You don't get the big picture?
And it's just like when we had the Santa Claus coming Sunday, $5 per kid, and it's, we're a nonprofit. We're trying to get funding to help us. And somebody ran about that, but down the road here, they're paying $80 to go into watch lights.
$80 per person to have breakfast with Santa Claus. They're sold out. That's over 300 tickets sold out. $80 per person.
Yeah.
You're not even guaranteed to meet this one guy who's playing Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly. And then some places, since we're going to be open now, I'll be more than welcome to be open, because I have a lot of, anger inside of me. I just never show it. A lot of businesses really tear me up. When we try to hold events, we do it for a reason. We try to bring the awareness. This is what we're about. We try to bring awareness. We ask a few places, can we do something here? For awareness is what the call's for. Sure, you got $3,000. $3,000 to do a 2-hour event. 2-hour event. That's it. I went to the casino resorts, and we tried to do something big over there. It was our opportunity. We try to get one of the big places. $10,000. $10,000. Like wow. Like really. I called the Paramount Theater in Middletown. Several times.
Yeah.
No callback. No callback. It's heartbreaking because the more awarenesses that we could bring to our communities, the better chances we can have in finding a missing person. And that's what that's what it's all about. And I'm hoping, I look forward to working with the mayor over in Newburgh, to bring change. I look forward to it. I'm definitely gonna take up his offer. I'm not gonna wait. No, well, forget about it. No, I'm definitely gonna keep up, with him. I think it'd be a big change. And this is what we have to do. I do thank the Riverly Theater, in Fallsburg. They've been very helpful with us. We're going back there again in April. But other places, $500 or up to $1,000. But I'm going to tell you what really kills me right now, though. And I was just talking to Ryan about this earlier. Look, there's a restaurant over in Jeffersonville, the struggling pandemic, we are willing to help them, bring artists over there, Ryan Weber is one of them. He's going to be, we're going to speak to the owner on Monday. He's going to go over there and he's a country artist. So he's going to go over there and he got good music. Now I've called a few others. They're talking about right off the bat, $400. Like, wow. Okay. When we do events, how much? Look, for a nonprofit, we're not trying to do all that because we want to raise funds for our programs for our children. Get them off the streets. Our goal is to get these kids off the streets. So we got to do what we have to do, even if we have to cut ties with certain people. We're going to do what we have to do to make this happen. Ryan has been a big thing with us, that's a good question, Yasmin. I think with the police departments, I think in certain points there should be specific training. And I tell you this because, when somebody goes in and found a missing report, okay, when they found a missing report, they won't know how that person is because the family would know. They wouldn't know how their loved one is. Mental illness, everybody, we have our things going on right now in our heads, in our minds. We should really start taking, if even somebody runs away, we have to take this seriously. We have to. Law enforcement needs to take this seriously. You can't sit there and say, oh, well, they're old enough. They might come back tomorrow. No, this is not how it is planned out. This is how I feel law enforcement should get a certain kind of training to understand when somebody comes in for a missing report, that family would know how that person is. Take it seriously. Please take it seriously because we cannot afford anybody else going missing and be gone for so long and not knowing answers or not being found. We cannot have this no more, so I'm calling it out tonight. Our team, we're ready to move forward. Our team is building right now. We need to make progress. And if we have progress with your support, we can make a hell of a difference. Is what we can do. We can make a difference. Us and a community can make a difference in our communities. What do you think about that, Ryan?
So you're reading the comments here.
We're reading the comments.
It's just education, really.
Huh?
It's education, the lack of education.
Yeah. Too much like education. Too much. I mean, look, I get it. Our communities are going through a lot of hell right now. Between the violence, the school TikTok deals is way out of control. Way out of control. You know, it's just this is a mess. This is a big mess, and it needs to be solved. It needs to be cut down. It needs something needs to start happening. And God damn it, the damn community has to start picking up. We have to start being the voice. Because if we're not the voice, nobody's ever going to do anything. And they're going to walk over all of us. Walk all over us. If that's what you want to be walked over on, that might be you, but it's not going to be us. I guarantee that now. It's not going to be us. Because we will not fall back. We will not stop looking. And we will not give up on anyone. Keep that in mind.
And people need to start speaking up. We know who you are. We're just waiting for the right move, the right moment to make the move. But like Thomas said during the vigil, we're coming. So.
And we're coming strong. You know, this is the time. You know, we have a few certain cases that we're really deep into right now. You know, and we're going to get them answers one way or another. We're going to get them answers soon. You know, so the best thing to do is speak up now. You know, and let's make this happen. You know, we have to make noise. We have to be the voice. We have to be the voice of the voiceless. We have to be. Our community needs to stand up. You know, you all sit there, say, I watch a lot of communities go ranting about police brutality, about police doing this, police doing that, police doing this. Well, if that's the case, then you who is complaining should step up. Step up, you know, because we try to contact everybody. They don't call back. So that just tells us they could care less about us and they can care less about you. So that's why you have to step up. Say something. Step up and speak and say something. You know, I mean, you're right, Yasmin. Definitely right. You know, nobody should be begging. Nobody should be begging for answers. You know, I mean, we shouldn't. I shouldn't have to see you, anybody, begging. You know, it could be your own damn friend who would know something. Your own friend could know something, and they're not saying nothing. You know, Shanice Harris is one case that, you know, really irritates me the most. It kills me right now. You know, and every day I get so frustrated, you know, nonstop trying to think about this Shanice Harris case. You know, I look at her mother, I look at her father, I look at her sisters, you know, I look at her picture every single day, and I always say to myself, where are you, Shanice? Where are you? You know, it got to the point I started talking to the damn ghost box, you know, trying to get answers. You know, I'm driving down the back road, and I'm saying to myself, Shanice, are you out here? Give me a sign. Are you out here? Where are you? You know, and somebody knows something. I don't care if you don't want to speak up, if you don't want to say nothing, but it's going to come back to you sooner or later. I guarantee that right now. Somebody in Sleepy Hollow, somebody in Evergreen, y'all know something over there. Somebody knows something. I think the best thing to do, let's bring this home. Let's bring this home. She needs to be found. Marvin Gibbs, Fallsburg, somebody knows something too. Somebody knows something over there too. You just don't walk and disappear and that's it. You're gone. It's Rochelle Hammond walked down the street from her mom's house, just disappear. Just like that. But nobody saw nothing. A lot of other people, like Stephen Crabb, car was found in Newburgh. Now Newburgh's popping. Nobody saw nothing over there either. Joseph Help, he's with 5 people, 6 people, wherever he was up there in the mountains, and he just disappeared like that. Doesn't happen like that. This is crazy. We gotta start helping each other, man, because we can stop. If we speak up quick, we can stop people from going away too long or being found not how we want it to be found. We have the community has to speak up. Do not keep letting these families struggle every single day, every single holiday, every birthday. Why make them suffer? Why? Does that make you feel good that they're suffering? Does that really make you feel good? Because to me, if you know something and you can't speak up, you're a punk ass. Straight up. A punk ass. Because you're scared. Oh, well, if I go snitch, my boys ain't going to like me.
Grow up.
Grow up. Grow the hell up, because it could be one of your kids one of these days. You just never know. You got to speak up. Stop worrying about your boys or your peeps or your people is going to call you a snitch. There's so many ways you could say something without us even knowing who you are. Make up a fake Facebook name. Hit me a message.
I'm going to leave the tip line up right here.
Yeah, tip line's right there. Call that number.
And it could be for any case. It
could be for
any case.
Exactly. It can be for anybody. If you know something, block your number and call that number. Call it and say, look, here's some information. I hope you find that person. That's all you have to do. Drop a note off at our office. I don't care who the hell you are. All I want is answers. That's all we want is answers. Let us help you help yourself. In other words, get the guilt out, because you're gonna have a guilty conscience sooner or later. You're gonna have it sooner or later. It's gonna eat you up soon. Because one day, whoever knows something about any missing person out there, if somebody knows something about somebody, you're gonna slip, and we're gonna catch it. And just to make this clear, if you know something, you're just as guilty as the next person is, because you knew something. And if something happened to that missing person and you knew something, I feel bad. It could be bad. It could be bad. Charges could be against you. It works in strange ways. So your best bet, if you know something about any case we put up there, please say something. Just say something. Call that tip line. Call it. Text it. I don't care. I don't want to know who you are. Just give us something to go with so we can find a loved one. Ryan, you have anything else you want to say before we close it out? No. So once again, everybody, Brian, thank you for joining me tonight. On an awkward night. We've been busy all day.
Busy all week.
Yeah. Don't forget, everybody, Sunday, Santa Claus comes to Hope Alive 845. over in Monticello, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We thank Mike Greco. We thank Sean Carty for sponsoring 20 kids each, which we're very helpful. We're very happy, that they're doing that. We thank YLT Foundation, Vet to Vet, for coming here Sunday, to bring some delicious food. We thank them. I thank the mayor in Newburgh, for joining me tonight. It's going to be, I look forward to meeting with him next year. We're going to bring awareness to Orange County, because this is what we have to do. Now we have to start going elsewhere now so we can start making impacts, because too many people is missing. It's just too many, and we need to stop it immediately. We also want to thank Party Masters for coming today, and they did a wonderful job in our office, with the amazing decoration they had done. We thank, I thank my daughter, I thank my other half, Faith. I thank Rebecca. I thank Maria. I thank her friend, I think it was Janet. They've been wrapping presents for the kids. We thank all them, for their time. They came out and they volunteered. My daughter's making delicious cookies on Sunday, so she's very excited for doing that. So I thank her so much. See, my daughter's 14 years old. 14 years old, and she knows what I go through when it comes down to a missing person. She knows how my feelings are when it comes down to a missing person. So I always talk to her about, things, why I'm so overprotective, why, I get concerned, and these are reasons why. These are reasons why. I'm only being a father. That's all I'm doing. And I expect every other father and mother would do the same thing too. So next week, we have a 2-hour special next Thursday, and that will be our last one into next year, because we're going to enjoy the holidays with our families. My other team, they're telling me to take a break. They're telling me to take a vacation. They're going to run everything. They said you do too much, and I'm stubborn. I don't give up. I keep going. But, they're right. It's been overworked, with what I'm doing. I'm doing it from morning to night. I go home, I talk about it a lot at home, so I'm going to take a break, and my team is going to run everything, and I have a lot of confidence in them. They know what they're doing, so I have no worries, and then I will be back probably in January, probably this third week of January. I'll be back, and we're going to get it going with bigger stuff next year and bigger plans that we're going to be working over the vacation time. So, so if anybody has to contact anybody, after the 23rd, our office will still be open. Somebody will be here. Just make sure, you call. You can either ask for Rebecca, you can ask for Faith, and I'm sure that Maria might be joining us as well too. Faith will probably be out here and out. So it's gonna be a whole new year next year, and we are very, very excited for next year. So I hope to see everybody on Sunday, and we hope we see everybody next Thursday at 8 p.m. our 2-hour special. And once again, thank everybody tonight. And check out this. I don't know if Ryan got something special for the end of the show, because he caught me last week when I was doing TikTok. If anybody missed the Santa Claus dance last week, I think we can put it up for you. Santa Claus came to Hope Alive office, and we did a dance together. It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. So let me see if we have that video still. If you missed it last week, it's kind of funny, Yeah, do we have the video? Yeah, okay. So anyway, we're gonna show the video, everybody. You guys have a blessed night. And we hope to see everybody Sunday. Tomorrow's supposed to snow, so be careful on them roads tomorrow because we will be out early in the morning to bring a family a Christmas. So we will see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. Thank you. God bless and have a good night.
Noise, the sun goes down on my side.
Let me call this lady back.
That lonesome feeling comes to my